Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Black Manga Critic. We are here just, we're just gonna suggest some manga, all right? And like I'm just gonna suggest some manga. Maybe some people will come through. It is a Saturday, so people are streaming. They are reading the you know, they're reading all the event the whatchamacallit. Whatchamacallit, the Weekly Shonen Jump manga, right? Like they're reading all the Weekly Shonen Jump scans and everything like that. That's what they're doing. That's fine. All right, but I'm not doing that. All right, I am going to be just like talking about the manga that I've read, stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna be just saying like, hey, like I read this stuff. This is pretty cool. I thought this is dope. Y'all should, check it out too. All right. Oh, yo, what's up? What's good, Professor? Tell me what's up. What's good? What's good? What's good? You say y'all just came back from finishing the Chimera Ant arc. Dope. All right, that is it's definitely for me like one of the best arcs, like period. You know what I mean? Not just like shonen manga, but it's like manga, I think, in general. Like arcs, that can do what the Chimera Ant arc did. Well does, right? Because like it's still an arc. It didn't like stop being an arc or existing, right? Like arcs that can do what Hunter x Hunter what the Chimera Ant arc does, like, man, it's tough. But when it does, it's like, ooh. But it's one of the like best arcs, like, period, right? In like manga, literature, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So I think that's one of those arcs where you like, if you limit it to shonen, it's a little disrespectful. All right, to me, it's a little disrespectful. Because I think it's one of those arcs that's really trying to like say like, clearly here's some shonen elements, but like the shonen elements don't lead to like the conclusions that battle shonen like tropes normally lead to. So it's tough. All right, but again, I'm gonna be suggesting manga, things that I think are just really good. All right, things that I just think I've read that I think are good, stuff that has been suggested to me, some stuff that I haven't read yet, but I'm like, yo, this is gonna be dope. Like I know when I read this text, it's gonna be dope. I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be like fire, all kinds of stuff. Really interesting. All right. So just kind of like a range of stuff, Okay. There are, some stuff there like that, like you would just never think about reading on your own for some of y'all. And for some of y'all, you're like, yo, I read that. Like, this is so me. This is stuff that I would read. This is great. This is dope. I'll love it. I'm gonna go buy it right now. All right, so let me just quickly, yo, Key, what's good? I gotta send the Hangouts link to some people in this chat so they can come through if they want to, suggest manga for themselves and stuff like that. Okay. All right. Usually, like I don't tweet like when I'm gonna do a video or something like that. I just I used to do that when I was like, oh man, I'm gonna do this like YouTube thing. It's gonna be like this kind of career. So I'm like, nah, I just like making YouTube videos. So I don't do that. I don't like tweet like whenever I'm making a video every single time or anything like that. I don't do that. All right. Twitter's kind of for different things, for me to talk about different things. All right, yo, Orphe, what's up? Yo, Key, what's good? All right, Shugama, what's good? I gotta get back to streaming, but teaching has like been way more like this type, like the teaching that I've been doing has been way more work than I anticipated. It's not to say that like it's been like awful or anything like that. It's just been more work than I anticipated. So like my streaming schedule has been really off. Normally during the summers, like I'd be like, okay, I have this time. I can stream and do this stuff, but I've had to like do so much prep, which is like normal for if you're like officially teaching and stuff like that. But this is like different. This is like summer teaching, which is very different. So it's just like, man. All right, it's just like, man. All right, let's see. You got some of the gods. I've heard of that. I don't have that yet, but I gotta check that out. Koikaze, I gotta check that out. Battle Royale, I've heard of. I heard really good things about. I always want to buy it, but then I see it like in a store or Amazon or something, and I'm like, oh, I can't spend that much money in one place for one like volume of something. Like I need to like buy multiple volumes of things. But then I think I'm like, But does that really matter? Because like, you're still reading like a bunch of content. Like if you buy a volume of Battle Royale, that's like a lot of content. So I don't know why I tell myself that. I don't know. All right. So we're just gonna get it started. We're gonna get it started, okay? We're just gonna go through just this like 1, 2, like it's like 3 kind of just like stacks of manga that I have here. Some of the manga y'all will know, of course, because like you've read it, but just this is just for like, hey, if you just kind of happen to stumble upon this video and you just have not read some of these manga, then yeah, all right, cool. All right, so the first one, all right, and again, this is just like, it's just a range of stuff, right? It's just a range of stuff. The first one is Bloom Into You by Nakatani Neo. Like, good stuff, okay? This is what we would call a Yuri manga, all right? Girls love manga, whatever you want to call it, all right? I like to say girls love because, like, it's girls love. That's what it's about, okay? So Bloom Into You is really dope. I read this first volume and I really, really liked it. I have to have like a video discussion about this at some point. I got to try to set that up, but I've been so busy that I just like have not been able to set up like videos in the way that I've wanted to. So that's been like a little disappointing, but it is what it is. But Bloom Into You is really, really cool. I really like it. Again, it's a girls love manga. It does some interesting things in terms of like, right, being in love, relationships, all that stuff. Like, I don't want to, and I try not to spoil the manga that I'm like talking about. I'm trying to tell it, be like, okay, this is everything that happens, but it's like, it's good. Okay, it is good. Bloom Into You is just like, it does stuff to you, all right? Like it makes it feel, which is one of the reasons why I love romance manga. Like, romance manga is dope. The next one that I'm going to share is also a romance manga. All right, it is dope. Bloom Into You, I'd say, is, shoujo, Yuri, girls love, whatever you want to call it. But it's great. It's great stuff. All right, I love it. The first volume was awesome. I think I've only read like 2 volumes so far, and really, 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 really good stuff. Okay, so if you are looking into something and you're like, I don't know if I'm into, reading about relationships and, and stuff like that, then, check it out. Check it out. All right. I would say check it out. I think Bloom Into You is a great place to sort of start in some ways in terms of that. And I had it suggested to me by someone who was in a woman who was in one of my earlier like streams, Pixel Coco. So if you find her on Twitter, follow her. You can just type in Pixel Coco. Like, dope. She made a suggestion. Definitely follow her on Twitter. Great stuff. I believe she's on YouTube as well. But you should be able to find her on Twitter. But cool stuff. I really like it so far. I gotta have a conversation about it on stream sooner rather than later. All right, so that was just the first one. That's just the first one. Okay. Second one. You mentioned Shugami. You mentioned one of the couples, like one of the couples is like a transgender couple. Like so I don't know, maybe it's like trans man, transgender man, transgender woman. I'm not sure. I don't know. But there was one that I read recently that was just like, boom! It just like pierces your heart. It's just like, man. All right. It just All right. So I'm just going through suggestions. Okay. I just posted the Hangouts link in here. Okay. Into the chat. Bloom Into You was the first suggestion. Okay. That was the first suggestion. All right. I really like it. Once again, I'll show it to you. All right. Bloom Into You. All right. Volume 1. All right. Check it out. All right. Yo, is that Naya?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yo, Naya.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think I had.
Okay.
I think I had y'all on mute and not myself on mute. So sorry about that.
All right. What's up?
I'm chilling, man. Just going through the stacks. Manga.
Okay.
Making suggestions. Maybe saying like, hey, maybe somebody hasn't read that. Maybe somebody might have thought, oh, I'm just going to read shonen for the rest of my life until I'm like 60. And I'm like, don't do that because that's trash.
Yeah, right? Do better. Expand.
Right. So what's good? Man, what's good?
I'm all right. Just got back from the store.
All right.
Shopping,
cool.
Groceries.
Yeah, man. That's life. You get away from the parents, and then you're like, man, like these fridges don't actually refill themselves. Like you got to go out there and put things in them.
I gotta buy food, huh?
hold on. Nice. All right. But what you call it? All right, Orphe should be coming through in like a couple of minutes, if not like right now. But I just suggested Bloom Into You, which I really like. I think that's a good manga. I think it's a dope manga. You know, nice
romance
girls
is so goat.
Yeah.
You gotta get on the romance way. People are sleeping on the romance. Manga the goat.
Facts, yo, facts. And it's like, man, they just and I think the thing is like shonen manga kind of does that, like it kind of forces like a sort of aversion to like romance, right? Because it's constantly, you know, doing it's like Arrested Development almost. Mm-hmm. It's like you're always it's like kind of forces this idea that like, well, yeah, people are supposed to be, you know, oh, I don't know about my feelings, and I'm not sure. I'm like, that's like okay if you're, you know, in middle school or even high school or whatever, even then, like in some ways. But like once you deal with that, it's like you gotta be a bit more like honest with yourself at the very least about how you feel about romance and love and all those types of things. Yo, Sombra, Orphe, what up?
What's good? What's good?
Yo,
Chilling. We doing the mangas? Yeah, we got you.
Oh, sweet.
All right, we are here. Nice, very nice. Okay, I just suggested one manga.
What did you suggest?
I suggested this is a girls' love manga called Bloom Into You. I gotta start off with stuff that I know people are like not looking out for.
Okay. I got my Annie list up. I'm gonna add all this stuff because I've been wanting to read more like romance stuff, but I have a couple. But because all the stuff I read is mainly action, so I've been trying to read some more like romance stuff. What's it called?
Meathead.
Hey, shut up, Hemmings. You friggin' snob.
I mean, I could try to read it, bro, but like my girl has been tripping over me watching Hanebado, the badminton anime, because she thinks I just watch it because there's chicks.
Yeah.
I actually read that. I didn't watch it yet though.
Bro, Hanebado was so dope. Like the animation is amazing right now.
I seen the trailer.
Wait, BMC, what's the manga you recommended called?
Oh, the manga's called Bloom Into You. I feel like there's like an anime Bloom Into You.
Bloom. Okay, I'll read the manga. I watch no anime.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah, you're better off with the manga. The manga doesn't make
with the manga. You can just blast through it. I'm not sitting through 20-minute episodes anymore.
I can't sit for 20 minutes all the time and watch.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's a love manga too, bro, there's gonna be like a ton of making out. If you
I don't read no love manga, but I'll get into it.
It's time.
Wait, are they lesbians?
Yes, girls love it.
It's two girls, bro. Girls are supposed to be, dude.
Yeah, that's dope. That's fine with me. I get to read a manga about two girls making out.
Oh Lord.
Hey, that's the main reason why I'm not allowed to read it, bro.
That's so weird to me. I'm like to me that's always like an odd thing. Like someone's like, "Yo, man," because they're doing this thing over here, you'll somehow be infected by like, you know, what they're doing, and like you'll change. It's like, yeah, it's like,
oh no, it's not even that, dude. It's
weird.
just like women, bro. Like she just doesn't, you know, like she's like, oh, you should only be looking at me type stuff, you know. That type of ball game.
I mean, I guess I get that, and like when it's like real people, like I get that, but when it's like fictional characters, I'm like, yo. Like,
oh no, she doesn't stress it as much, but she's still, you know, gonna like be on top of me about it. Like Hanebado, every time I watch it, she has to be there.
Okay.
Like just to keep an eye on me, dog. All the way crazy.
Man, yeah, that's wild.
Very wild.
All right.
Hey, but that's the only thing. Everything else I got free reign, so it's all right.
All right, cool.
Is this like strictly a manga, or like manhwa is allowed to and stuff?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like the Korean webtoons and stuff.
No, but like I could probably read it. She's just probably gonna like be looking at me weird after, and then you know start like chastising me about it. I could still read it, dog. Like I'm not allowed. I'm not like nothing's prohibited in my house, but you know you still try to follow certain rules.
All right. How do I want to do this? Do I want to go through every like manga? Or do I want to like? Because there's a lot of them that I have stacked here. But
wait, what about light novels?
Go like light novels? I don't have. I was just gonna do manga. Light novels. I don't have a lot of light novels. I gotta get started on that. Like I gotta get started on collecting light novels because I read a few, but like.
Hey man, I got the stack. I'm ready.
Yo,
ready. I got the stack of light novels.
All right. So here's what we'll do.
How long have you guys been reading fucking manga?
I've been reading manga probably.
How old am I? Like 25? 25 years? I'm joking.
Yeah.
I could be that long. Maybe like 20.
I gotta think. I've probably been reading manga.
Wait, do you say 20s and 20 years ago?
I was like a kid. I was really young, like 6 maybe. So like 19.
Yeah,
like
I probably started reading when I was like 12. I want to say 12 or 13.
Wait, how old are you now?
29.
Holy shit! I haven't been that long.
Yeah, I'll be 30 in September.
I started with the Rumiko Takahashi stuff, like straight like Ranma, Meizo and Koku, all
Ranma,
that stuff. That's where I started.
She got put into the
Eisner. Yeah. I see now. It's like I'm happy for her. She has a good body of work.
Yeah.
That's my origin story, man. I always respect her.
Nice. All right. So what we could do is we could like move. We could just kind of like go one at a time, and just like suggest like manga that we want people to read. We could just kind of go in an order. So I think the order that I have on the screen is like, I guess it'll be me, then Sombra, then Orphe, then Naya, I guess.
All right.
And then we'll just kind of like keep doing that. And
so basically saving the apes for last.
Oh.
Basically. All right. So I already suggested Bloom to you. So I'll just suggest one more and then we'll kind of just like do the thing. The next one is The Girl from the Other Side. All right. And this is a dope. This is by Nagabe. Great, dope artist, dope mangaka. I really like this manga. Like, I think I have 4 volumes so far of it. And it's just really good. It just has like a kind of interesting concept. Some people have compared it to Ancient Magus Bride, I think. But I think it's a bit different. I was like Ancient Magus Bride is okay. Like it's cool. It's cool for what it is. But
what genre?
It's like I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what I would describe it as. It's kind of like gothic, like it's like my fiance like was big on studying like gothic literature and stuff like that. Like where it's like like Dracula and stuff like that, like very dark to undertones and stuff. Creature like sort of like monsters
The
that
cover looks really weird.
Stuff. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Monster on the thing and the little girl.
It's really interesting. So it's basically like here's this little girl, and she has this kind of like aide who's this person who's this sort of like I guess monster if you want to call him that. But it's basically just like kind of him looking out for her and trying to get her to some semblance of like safety and a decent life or whatever. And you just kind of follow them and you learn more about the story like as it goes along. But I would say like, because I don't like spoiling stuff. Like I would just say, just like read it, check out the first volume, see how you feel about it. I liked it because it didn't like, it's not try hard. You know what I mean? Like in the way that I think a lot of like battle shonen kind of have to be, or they feel like they have to be try hard.
What do you mean by try hard? Like,
there's got to be like some like there's got to be a special move. There's got to be some like amazing ability
you have to meet and stuff like a
yeah, you know what I mean? Like so it kind of continues to get serialized or whatever. And I understand that. Like I get that. Like hey, you want to make money? You got to sell like capitalism. Like okay, I got it. I understand what you're trying to do. But like that, I would say it's not that. Like it's very much. It's a bit more subdued, but there's a lot more. Like it's just interesting. It's really really interesting. I would check that out. I like it a lot.
Shout out to the person in the chat who said that we should read Bleach. I already did.
Wow. Oh no, Burn the Witch one shot. I'm definitely not reading that.
It's good. Shut up.
I don't care, bro. Kubo's dead.
I've read it.
It's literally Bleach. I'm not reading it.
Yeah, it was like
it
was like Harry Potter Bleach. That's how I felt about it.
What's wrong with that?
That's what?
Hey, so I can watch Chad sit on the bench all over again. I'm a pass.
Chad sit on the bench. Leave Chad alone. He fought statues in the last arc.
Bro, they had him fighting fodder in the last arc. Chirasama barely got off his chair, dog. I'm not reading Burn the Witch.
Hey, at least it was better than the end of Naruto. I'll give you that.
Okay. I mean, I might have to give you that. I don't know.
That's debatable, but sure.
Nah, it's not. It
really is a toss-up, dog.
Both goat. Now I'm playing.
It's like next? Comparing sewage to trash.
Oof. Who's all right, so Sombra's next. Sombra, you gotta suggest a manga.
Right now, probably I could say Rakudo. Like just
hell.
that nobody really. Hey, nah, bro, I'll review that on the channel, dog. You knew that was coming.
I knew that was coming. Damn it.
How do you spell that?
Rikudo.
I like it.
So it's a seinen boxing manga, and it's about a young man who was traumatized at an early age by unforeseen events. I won't tell you what those events are, just because that adds to the appeal of the manga. But after that, he gets trained by a former Yakuza boss into boxing, and then everything else is in the manga from there.
Rikudo is one of those manga where it's like, well, I've only read the first 25 chapters, but like Rikudo, it's a boxing manga, but it doesn't feel like the matches are like he doesn't really need to win like the championship belt or anything like that. It's more character driven than anything else, and it's about like him like finding like a sort of happiness and stuff like that in a place in the world, and like boxing is just sort of an outlet for that.
Exactly.
Like you know how like in Slam Dunk and stuff, it depends, like they're winning, or like the end of the series depends on them winning like championship or whatever. Rikudo doesn't really have that type of like end goal. Like it's more about just him like becoming like a happy person and shit like that.
I like that. I think. Well, how many of us are somewhat aware of like the more recent events of like Hajime no Ippo in the manga?
I haven't read it.
I know what happened.
Like,
yeah.
You know, okay. But
all I know is that people were dropping it after whatever happened.
That's all I know. I know nothing else. You dropped it? Nah,
I know nothing else, bro.
I couldn't get after 1,000 chapters.
I was kind of laughing.
That's a lot of time invested.
I was kind of laughing at those people, but you know, that's just me. That's just me. But you know, it is what it is. If you drop, if you want to drop a manga, like drop a manga, it ain't gonna affect my life. I'm still gonna do my thing. So, but yeah, all right, Orphe, you next. Manga.
What should I suggest? I'm gonna suggest. I'm gonna be the meathead. I'm gonna suggest a shonen. I'm gonna suggest Kimetsu no Yaiba because no one reads it apart from like a couple of people. Kimetsu no Yaiba is probably. It's probably like the second best manga in Jump right now. If you count just like weekly chapters and stuff like that, it's probably my second favorite. I think the art style throws everyone off, but basically Kimetsu is kind of like, it's kind of a little bit like it carries the torch of like Bleach and Rurouni Kenshin with like the MC, and he's like, obviously he's like more of a swordsman than anything else. There's not really that many sword fighting manga left, and like just pure sword fighting.
Yeah, I read like the first 12 chapters of Kimetsu. I can definitely vouch for it.
It has like a very traditional art style, and there's a lot of emphasis on like the characters are more emphasized than the fights and stuff like that. But the action sequences are fantastic, and the art may put you off at the start, but like the progression of the art and the artist is like absolutely insane. If you want,
it's what Burn the Witch could have been. Basically,
hey, leave Burn the Witch alone. But the way Tanjiro Kamado, the way he progresses as a character, and like the way he's progressing as a swordsman as well, with all his different breaths and stuff like that, it's absolutely fantastic. So
and it's going at a breakneck pace.
It's fantastic. It's very good. The story is just basically Tanjiro's family. They get killed by a bunch of demons, and so he has to protect his little sister named Nezuko from this other demon who's like the very first demon, whose name is Muzan. So it's not like it's not a manga that's spinning its wheels, because it has a clear end goal in sight, which is obviously, to bring Nezuko back to as a human and kill Muzan. So like, like from like the first 50 chapters, like the final battle is already like set up and stuff like that. So the author is pretty competent. But yeah, read Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Nice. All right, good suggestion. Very nice.
Oh yeah, and Zenitsu is the best character. I know someone in the chat said that Zenitsu's the GOAT.
Yeah, Zenitsu's very good, very. He's like super likable character.
Yeah, he's like a pervy character, but he does it in like a goofy way.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I mean, like I generally mind like those types of characters, but I guess I don't mind him as much.
Because execution is everything, bro.
Yeah, but he has more stuff to him than just being a perv. Zenitsu's great.
All right, cool. Oh, someone mentioned, is that DJ in the chat? He mentioned before I get to Naya, DJ in the chat, he mentioned him. Is it Kakashi or Kikaishi? Is that what you mean? Because Kikaishi is like a.
I'm gonna Google it right
yeah,
now.
Kakashi was dope, bro.
Yeah, if that's what you're talking about, then.
Ooh, this looks pretty cool. Looks pretty neat.
Right. All right, Naya. Wow.
You said just manga, right?
Nah. If you want to do light novels too, yo, go for it.
I was like, because you know.
Oh, you want to do like comments? Yeah.
No. I'll leave comments out of it. I just want to go. Because you know I want to say Tower of God. That's what I was starting with. Tower of God. You know
when they getting up the tower, dog.
Always.
Yeah. No, yo, for real. Yeah, go for it.
All right. That TOG, Tower of Crack. Oh my goodness. Tower of God is like I've read a lot of Korean webtoons on Naver and Lionel stuff, and like that one has been the best by far since I've been reading it. It's been about 8 years now. And the narrative basically that you're in a tower, and to get to the top, you have to go through a series of tests per floor for like the regulars. They basically go through a series of tests, and they play like games and fights and whatnot. Like it depends on the floor to get to the top of the tower. The top of the tower is supposed to be able to give you whatever you desire: money, wealth, fame, something beyond that, eternal life, whatever it may be. But the main character, like I'm not gonna go into it because I don't want to spoil it. But like, the central plot is the main character is an irregular. He's from outside the tower, and somehow he forced his way in. And basically the rules of the tower don't apply to him. Think about Neo in a way, how the Matrix rules don't apply to him. I think Isekai in a sense too, because he's from like outside somewhere else. So a lot of exposition explained to him by other people, but it makes sense because he's not from there. And it's just like it's just GOAT, man. It's great. Like the setup is really good. There's a lot of cool lore. The names are really dope. He likes soccer a lot, like SIU, Slave and Utero, like that's his pen name. He likes soccer a lot. So a lot of his characters are named after soccer players and stuff like that too. And when it's like one of the ultimate progression stories. I like how as it goes along, it just gets better and better to me. Like and that includes the artwork, because the artwork in the beginning, I could understand some being like, no way, like I don't like the artwork. But he was completely new to this, and if you see where he is now to where he was beginning,
yeah, some of the early art is it's not completely trash, but like there's definitely room for improvement. I will say that.
And 25th Bam, the main character, he's a fantastic lead. Like when I say a character makes sense, he makes sense to me. Like everything he does, all of his motivations, and every action he takes is in line with his goals and motivations and his thought process. And everything that affects him, I'm like, that's how I would expect a regular person to react to a situation like this. You know what I'm saying? So, Tower of God, you gotta start reading that. Should go.
Nice, very nice, very nice.
What about Rachel?
What about her?
Isn't she like Sakura level or some shit like that, or isn't she like super annoying?
Nah, but concerning Rachel, I think I can't talk about it. It's like a big deal, so I'm not gonna say.
Ooh.
Gotcha. Okay. Good. Thank you for that. Because at some point I probably will start Tarot God. I don't know. Maybe I'll start it this week. I don't. Well, or I'll do like Tarot God live reactions and try to figure that out. But nice. All right. Hello, new person that has a muted mic.
Hey, hi.
Yo, what's up? What's going on, man?
I'm just like a watcher of the channel. The link was in the thing, but I know you started Monster recently.
Yeah,
and that's what I would recommend 100%. Like that manga, one of the best like written stories of all time, at least in my opinion. Just the storytelling of Naoki Urasawa is unmatched. Like
wait, which manga?
Monster.
Oh yeah, it's my second favorite.
Yeah, just one of the best
villain of all time.
Yeah, I was gonna say
best villain of all time. And some people complain about maybe slow story progression and whatnot, but the way it's done, it's so meticulous and so intricate, and it keeps it interesting. And also, I guess
not just that, but the fact that you're following two characters at the same time. It's not just one character story that's being told.
And the way they introduce every like story arc, they come into a different area, introduce these new characters, introduce new plot points.
The amazing Steiner.
Oh, that was amazing!
My
God,
bro.
yeah. We can't spoil anything.
Yeah, the Tenma as well. Yeah, I will say Tenma gets outshined by Johan. A lot of the other characters get outshined by Johan because Johan is basically like the shining star of that manga. but like a lot of the supporting cast are like very good, especially Dr. Tenma. Dr. Tenma is a fantastic protagonist.
He's the equivalent of what Madara is to Naruto heads, basically.
The thing is with his other side, because I read Billy Bat, I read 20th Century Boys, and I read Pluto. I think Monster is a league above them though, because there's actually a connection between the villain and the main character, unlike any of his other works. But like I can't spoil it too much, but like Tenma has like a solid reason, and he has like a personal conviction against Johan. Whilst like in all the other manga, you don't really get that type of. In all of his Urasawa's other manga, you don't really get that type of deal. So like the story is just way more compelling.
Got you. Nice. Yeah, so far, like, I mean, I haven't read much because, like, again, like, this time has not really allowed me to do nearly as many streams as I used to, but so far it's been, like, great. Like, I'm like, man, like, and I expected it because, one, like, you know, people had, like, you know, a lot of y'all had, like, hyped up Monster, and, you know, and Urasawa is just, like, yo, like, you know, I generally, like, you know, always liked anything that's written by Urasawa. So that I'm gonna actually suggest another manga by him probably a bit later. I'll actually, you know, I'll do it in a little bit. I'll just see if I can find it, but I'll suggest it in a little bit. All right. All right. So yeah, actually I'm next, right? Let's see. Where are you? Right here. Oh my goodness. I'm just going through the stacks. All right, so the next manga, I guess, you know, so we're on Urasawa, Pluto. All right, Pluto.
Oh, I just finished this a couple weeks ago.
I just started this, and I really so far I really like it. And again, like, you know, I try not to like suggest something from like, this is trash. Like, I don't think it was really interesting or anything like that. But again, like, I think you can safely suggest most things that are written by Urasawa.
It's a short manga anyway. Like, even if you don't like it, you don't have that much time. I will say I like the ending. I won't talk about the ending actually, it is my second favorite Urasawa manga, definitely.
Interesting.
Mainly because it reminds me of Monster.
Okay.
He's got a solid body of work, man. Like I just think like all of his manga are of a certain quality.
Yep, and like he's kind of one of those manga that like you could always expect like questions like related to, you know, kind of like long like discuss like, you know, like long discuss like philosophical, you know, like queries and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what does it mean to be human and stuff like that? You know, like I like manga that not only tackle those questions, but like do it in a way that doesn't feel like lazy.
Like Kingdom.
You know?
Wait, you caught up to Kingdom?
No, Kingdom. Kingdom.
Didn't you drop the series?
No, well, yeah. I mean, I just can't.
Oh yeah,
because I'm rescanned. Yeah, because I'm rescanned.
Okay,
So like,
wait, so what chat?
After the coalition stuff.
Oh, you
no,
did.
No. After the
Hold on,
after the Kyokai stuff. That's when I dropped it. Like after that stuff was done, I have no idea what happened after that. Like,
but BMC, do you have a problem reading the scans on stream or just reading them in general?
I think for me, kind of just reading them in general. Like if I can buy like certain manga, then I'm just gonna buy them. You know, so like lately, I haven't had a problem with saying like, oh, I can't find any manga to read. You know what I mean? Because like they just aren't out there. I'm like, yo, like if I have the funds, I can like go and say, hey, I want to buy a manga volume. I want to start this new manga. I want to go do this. Like I have the funds and I can do that. So for me, it doesn't make any sense to like, you know, consistently read scans if I can go and just buy like the volumes as they're available. That's just me. I don't go and tell anybody else like, yo, go buy volumes if you have no money, you know, or go buy volumes if they're not available. Like that's stupid, you know. So I'm not gonna go on anybody else and tell them like, yo, like, you know, stop reading scans for, like forever. You know, everybody has their own like experience and stuff like that, and you know, I'm not anybody's parent or like guardian or anything like that. You know, so I'm not. Or
oh no, I respect it. I just wanted to know like what the difference was. Was it just on stream or just in general?
I think in general, like I like the only time I would like say like if I read a scan, it's if like I really need to like join like a particular conversation, like the My Hero discussion. That was because like, you know, that like one of my tweets had just, you know, kind of blown up in a way, and I was like, all right, I got to join this discussion because, this is what's going on, and I got to address it and everything like that. But generally, I usually just like read Viz when it comes to Weekly Shonen Jump stuff. Like even Haikyuu, like the reason why I'm not caught up on Haikyuu is because like I'm just reading like volumes and whatever, chapter like, it'll get up to. So once it catches up to where I am, where I was when I stopped reading Haikyuu scans, then I'll just kind of like go to Viz and see where they are with that and just read it that way.
Wait, doesn't Haikyuu get published in Shonen Jump?
Not in the same way as the others like like One Piece and all those. Like it's catching up. It's behind. It's behind and so I would say I'm ahead of where like the Viz like translations are right now. So I haven't been reading Haikyuu, but which is maybe really sad because I love Haikyuu. But it is what it is. That's just like a decision I made, and I'm like, all right, I gotta stick with it.
Respect.
Yeah, you gotta respect that, man.
So it's like it is what it is. I got a lot of manga I'm reading, a lot of other stuff that like now I kind of just say, hey, I can read this because I'm not looking out for this stuff like right here. But it's good. It's good.
I kind of do that, but like I generally I'll read it, and if I like it, I'll always support it. That's kind of my thing.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'll just buy it if I like it.
And I get that. If you're like, hey, like here are like a couple of like here are a couple of chapters or something like that, and then if I'm like, hey, I like this thing, then I'm gonna buy the volumes and maybe I'll continue to like read it that way. I get that. That I totally get. Like if you're like, hey, I'm not just gonna buy something if I if I don't know anything about it or if I don't think I like it. I get that.
Yeah. This shit is expensive down here too, so.
Oh no,
yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with sampling the merchandise. And aren't Canadian dollars worth less than American dollars?
Canadian dollar is so bad right now.
Yeah, bro. Like I heard your guys' money is trash.
When I tell people like a full price game like AAA is like $80, then plus whatever expansion pass they're gonna force me, I'm paying like $100 per game. Like, so I don't buy no games no more, bro. Can't do it, bro. But yeah.
All right, so Sombra, you up? What you got? Suggestion?
Just Haikyuu, man. I think everybody should be reading Haikyuu today, right now. Pick it up, go buy the volumes, read the scans, whatever you got to do, man. And even if manga isn't your thing, the anime is GOAT. So definitely go check that out. There should be up to 3 seasons out now, so catch up before the 4th one comes out. That's it.
I mean, same sentiments. Like if you got Amazon Prime, you can do same day delivery. You can get the first volume if you haven't read it. Get it to your door. Sit back. Go for it. All right. Get those Haikyuu volumes in your place. Like if you can do that. All right. Because I adore Haikyuu. Like if I'm reading Weekly Shonen Jump manga, like it's sad because like Haikyuu is the other manga like that. Like besides like The Promised Neverland, I love The Promised Neverland. Like it's just a personal favorite of mine, and Haikyuu is like right there. He's like I was saying, like it's So when I had to drop it, I was like, it hurt my heart. But it's really good. It's really good. And the anime, just like I can't say anything about that. All I will say is that I've watched Oikawa like too often. I've like watched this man do things too often in videos, like about all like in Haikyuu videos. Like I can't. It's too good. It's just too much greatness. All right, so check it out. All right, who's next? Well, what happened to Sombra?
Oh, I think he dipped.
Okay. Oh, he dipped because he wanted to talk about Haikyuu, and he was like, I'm good. All right, cool.
he got his propaganda out.
All right, Orphe, what do you got?
I'm gonna recommend Memesis because no one reads it. So Memesis is like a signing shonen type of thing, but it only has like 14 chapters. It's kind of like a what were you gonna say?
How's that spelled? Or if anything,
it's Nemesis with an M. So MEMISIS.
MEM?
Yeah, MEMISIS.
Memesis. Okay, Memesis. Okay.
Yeah. So Memesis is about these two. It's really like goofy type of thing. It's about these two brothers, and they basically like. So they were traveling. It's like a medieval setting, and they were traveling with this guy named King Leon, and King Leon abandoned them for like these two girls. and now they like want to find him and shit. It's like it doesn't take itself very seriously, but they're going around basically trying to find like this demon king and stuff like that, and trying to slay him. And like it's just more focused on like the art and the action than the actual narrative itself. But it's very entertaining. I will say it keeps me on my toes. So yeah, go peep Nemesis. It's only 14 chapters as well.
All right, cool. I'll check it out. Well, if it does it have like, does it have like a like an official release, if anything?
No, it doesn't have an effect. It's in Weekly Shonen Sunday.
Oh,
the only way you can get it is through scans.
Okay,
which is
annoying,
but yeah.
All right, but
it's got great art. Check it out.
All right, cool. Okay, nice. All right, Naya, you up?
I'm gonna go with Wandering Eminon. That's my second favorite manga, right? So
of all time.
Europe. Wandering Eminon is basically the story of Eminon, which is no name backwards, and she's this girl who is literally older than like life itself. I think her mental age is like 3 billion. Before like there was life, she's like a concept. Then she's like a star, fish, monkey, whatever, evolution, and then she became a human being. And like she basically I want to kind of go through it because I want to spoil it, but like she basically constantly reincarnated in a sense, and she takes all of her like past experiences with her, and there isn't actually like a central plot. There's no like, oh, I gotta go here and find this person or become this thing, and not like that. Just like the experiences of this like immortal trying to kind of find like some kind of stimulation in her life. And there's all the panels of her kind of looking out at the stars in the sky. She usually has a cigarette in her hand, and I just like think it is so beautiful, like the way that it is, and how without saying much, but just the aesthetics, it just tells you a lot, because it's a very good show don't tell kind of manga. Like you can just tell what she's thinking just by looking at her face and stuff. And basically it's through her different periods in life and different places around the world, people she meets and stuff, and like trying to explain, like, yeah, I'm like this like super really long like 3 billion-year-old person. And what I like about it the most to me is like she acts the way I imagine somebody that old would act, because I feel like in a lot of shows where people are like immortals and stuff, I'm like, I feel like if you've been living for this long, you just be beyond a concept like this. Like, and knowing, like, I always go back to like Klaus in like Vampire Diaries or like originals. You just
yeah.
I don't spoil anything, but he'd be like, well, back when I was 3, my dad dropped me in the forest and I'm mad about it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you should be above all this nonsense. You're like 1,000 years old. Like, are you kidding? Stop crying about this. So she asked like a way like I imagine Immortal would be. I love it. It's great, man. It's just a fun time. It's not particularly time consuming. It's not very long. It's like Wandering I think there's Wandering Eminon, Eminon's Wanderings, and like Sasudai Eminon. They're like 3 different, like, I guess it's the same thing, but they're like different stories though. It's dope. I love it.
Put that in the chat. Nice suggestion. I like stuff like like I agree. Like there's like sometimes like you see certain shows. Did you ever watch the Highlander TV series or the movies?
I know of it. I haven't seen it though.
Oh man, it's a similar thing, right? It's like these 2 dudes is like just hundreds upon hundreds of years old, and I'm like, you still like, like this little stuff like this that like that's like tripping you up, like it's just that's ridiculous. Like nah. It is a little annoying. So I feel you on that.
It's like cool. Like I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like it's cool because like that's also kind of addressed in Tower of God at one point, where someone's kind of like, bro, at some point when you live this long, you just kind of become numb and null to a bunch of stuff. Like I just don't care anymore. Like I'm sorry. Like my anger has dissipated. Like Tower of God kind of covers that pretty well too, which I like.
Cool. All right.
Read Tower of God.
No.
All right, you got it.
All right, nah. Who's that? What do you want to go by? Do you go by Agash or do you go by something else?
I go by Psycho, like my
Psycho?
Fervent Psycho.
Oh, first Psycho.
Like,
yeah. Yo, what's good? All right. Go for it.
Well, I know most people probably wouldn't know this, but I'm gonna recommend a comedy manga called Bokura wa Minako Aiso, and I started by watching the anime for it, and it was basically just about this kid who his mom sent him to like a house complex to go to school in that area, and the house is just full of all these weird, quirky, just insane, like just unrealistic characters, but the way they all interact together is just is so funny. Like when I read the manga, I didn't think I could literally like laugh out loud just reading a manga. But that was the first one to genuinely do it, and the romance like aspect of it was like cute and nice and adorable. But it was really the comedy that kept it going and kept it so enjoyable the whole time. But yeah, I would for sure recommend that.
I'm a peep that. I haven't read that, so I'm a peep that.
Oh yeah, I need to get the name for that because it's spelled really crazy.
Yeah. Do you know how to spell that?
Yeah, Bokura, so Bokura.
Bokura. Bokura.
And then Wa, like WA.
Wa.
And then MINNA.
Wamina Kawaisu, right?
Yeah, Kawaii so Kawaii
and then Ko what?
Kawaii KAWAIISOU.
I know some people in the chat were mentioning Platinum Ender. It's kind of
I keep forgetting it exists.
It's not very good. I actually, it was one of the first manga I was reading like monthly, like when I remember reading it when it first came out.
I just forget it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a man, and then I think I'll read it, and then it happens again. It's like a
I didn't finish it, but I heard the ending is trash. So
is it done?
Yeah, it ended.
Oh, no, I'll just read it now then.
All right, I'll check it out. Definitely, I'll check it out. All right, so basically, like the live chat, like this is always there. Like, so if you watch the video later on, like if you like don't catch, a suggestion or something like that, there will pretty much be in the live chat, so you can always just find it there.
Okay.
I'll start typing it down. What I'll probably end up doing though is just like writing down like typing up a list, and just like posting it on Twitter if anything at some point. Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow or something like that if I have the time. But or maybe today. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Nice. All right. So I'm next. I got another one. Okay. I will suggest. Which one do I want to suggest first? I will suggest this one. Okay, so this one is really good. This is biggest, is a behemoth, but it's very nice. It's usually split into 2 volumes. This is a O Takeda Hito, all right, by Osamu Tezuka, all right, one of the gods, all right, one of the manga gods, all right. Just
respect him.
All right, yo, I'm still trying to find copies of Phoenix. Like, I'm not trying super hard, but I'm trying, and I know it's like extremely difficult to get your hands on them. So I'll let y'all know when that happens. When I get my hands on Phoenix, because people love Phoenix. Like Phoenix is supposed to be like his like magnum opus, like that, just like that work, like the work that someone creates or whatever. That's considered to be their best. I loved Old Takeda Hito when I read that. It's like, and the thing I love about it is like, look at it. It's like it's a lot, but it's also like you could just sit there and just read. You could just sit there and like read Tezuka like all day. Like all day, you could just sit there and be like, "Oh, okay, this is dope." It's just basically about this doctor, Dr. Kirihito, I guess, like who is, generally a good guy. Kind of reminds me a bit of like kind of Dr. Tenma and like Monster, in some ways. In the character, not necessarily in like the story and what the story is about or anything like that. But it's just like this is a good person who is dealt like this, like kind of like not awful blow, but it's not good because generally he gets infected by this weird like ailment that's just kind of like spreading around, and they're not necessarily sure where it stems from, but like he basically kind of loses everything because it transforms him, like his appearance, and so people are like, "Yo, who's this person?" Like, this isn't Kirihito. So it's just like showing him kind of like trying to figure out what happened to him, and then people trying to find him, and it's really, really interesting. And he meets all these people along the way. Really, really interesting work. I would check it out. That copy was actually given to me by a friend, and I still have to get that back to him and then buy my own copy. But good stuff. I would check that out.
All right. Yeah. Is it me?
No, Orphe.
Oh. Orphe dipped, I think.
Oh, he did?
I don't see him.
All right, Naya, you up?
All right, gonna go with since you're flexing your collection on Flexman 2, Girl on the Shore, Asano.
Nice.
He's got a really nice body. Yeah, he's got a really nice body work too, kind of like Urasawa. So like I read all the stuff. I might think Downfall is probably the only one that wasn't really hitting. I didn't like Downfall that much. It was only 8 chapters though, so it wasn't like it was tight. So it's fine. But yeah, this story to me was just like real. Like I guess I like stories that kind of are real. Like it's kind of like a teenage love where like these two characters are engaging in like a casual sex, and where one clearly likes the other one more than other, and they're kind of looking for something within each other that they can't give one another because of other outside events and stuff. And it's not a long story. Like it's literally just this volume. Like, that's it. It's not long. It'll take you long. But I just thought it was dope. I thought like Kome, like he reminds me of some people that I know in a sense, I guess too, because I can relate to real life. And just chilling, reading his manga, and then the stuff with his family situation. It's just a good combination of different things affecting each other. These two teenagers' lives, and they're trying to find something within each other. And yeah, I love it. I love his work though, for the most part. He has a really solid like Solomon or Oyasumi Punpun on something.
Oh yeah, dope. I was actually gonna suggest one of the I have another one there. It's one of the newer works. Let me pull that up. I'm not gonna do it right now, but like Psycho, you could go next.
Yeah,
but that's cool. If anything, all y'all should check out something by Inu Asano, like something.
He's flexing that vagabond.
Hey,
man, Vagabond, even without like a proper ending, the art is so beautiful. I can't like almost at least once a week I just go just to flip through it and look at the art. It's so.
Inoue's art is actually like amazing. It's really good.
Like that, it was the first manga series I generally went and bought and picked up, and it made me love reading manga physically. And I don't know, just even the farming arc, like I don't know, it was also good to me. It was a beautiful series, but I need to reread it. It's been a long time.
I just have to read it. I just have to read it. Like I haven't read Vagabond at all, but I've heard about it, and I kind of have like an idea of like what it's about. But I know people have like just praised it. Like I understand like its significance and everything, but I just need to read it.
I like it, but when I caught up when it was on hiatus, and then I just forgot about it because this come out. So I was like, okay, well, cool.
It's like one of those. It's like okay, it paused and you don't.
It's eternal hiatus. It's eternal hiatus. It basically sets up the final fight, and then it never really happens.
Like, did he ever even finish Real? Like the wheelchair one? Because I was digging the wheelchair basketball one, and I don't think he finished it. I don't remember. It's been a while since I revisited it. Did he finish that eventually?
I don't even know.
Same mangaka, right? So that's why. Cause Slam Dunk, I like, and he made one for called Real about this wheelchair basketball, which I was digging. But his artwork is good though.
Cool. All right, Vagabond, of course. I feel like everybody in the chat, but me, has probably read Vagabond. But I'll check it out. All right, nice. Okay. So next is one of it's a very recent manga that Inu Asano came out with. It's called Dead Demons Dead Destruction. It's like a super new one. Like it's like he just came out. Like it came out pretty recently. I liked it. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's just like it's kind of like if what would happen if there was like impending extraterrestrial like invasion or whatever, and you were just kind of living with that like idea that was going to happen at some point or whatever, and you just kind of follow these like characters like kind of go through that. I think there are like 2 volumes currently that I think you can buy now. Like you can like actually buy them and they would come. And then there are like 3, and then there's like other volumes that I think are just like going to be out in like a couple of months or something like that. So I think it's interesting. It's classic like Inu Asano, right? It's like this like idea that like, there's always sort of like underlying dread, and like dealing with like and maybe like trying to deal with the situation, but not really dealing with the particular situation that's like that's like imminent or whatever. It's like already happening or something like that. I think like he generally does that in like all of his stories. But I liked it. I liked it. It was cool. I don't know like how I feel about it yet because I've only read the one volume. But it was cool. It's pretty interesting. Like it's definitely a little bit different, but it's still like it still has that like Inu Asano charm to me. So I would check it out. I thought it was pretty cool.
All right, no doubt. I'm aware of it. I know it's in my never-ending list of things to read.
Yeah. The list it just keeps going.
It just never shrinks ever. Oh Lord. All right, so I'm about to cheat, right? So
yeah, go for
we're
it.
gonna go with the Monogatari series, which is a light novel series, but also an anime, which I actually suggest most people would probably prefer as the way of experiences because people don't like to read just light novels, I guess. But there has been a manga recently that came out, Pokemon Monogatari. Nisho Ishii still the writer, but it's by great. It's like Air Gear, Tengo Tokyo. What's it called again?
Tengo.
Yeah, Bomba Head. It's party time. That one. I can't remember that one. Yeah. He's actually the artist, and he's doing a really good job, I find, of like capturing the abstractness of how Shaft directs the anime with like the symbolism and whatnot. Because like in the light novel, what you get is very descriptive, right? And I feel like with the light novel, because it's very detailed, you get the full conversation without anything being chopped up. Because I guess you can't force everything into the anime adaptation and stuff, and you get to understand the characters' motivations a bit better, a bit more, the same way you would like a visual novel, as opposed to like the actual anime version of it, like Steins Gate. Like you never get the full fleshed out character that you can get because they have to focus on so many things in such a short amount of time. But I will say, like for me, you need to get into the series through the light novel and or anime, but the manga has been getting better and better by chapter. I think he's getting used to how to handle stuff and how to create great visuals, because like the main character is like he's like a pseudo vampire in a sense. So sometimes like when he's walking, you see his shadow. It's like in the shape of a bat. Like just little things like that. You just sprinkled all over like the visuals of the manga version of it too. So I think that it's still the worst way to get into the series in my opinion, because like it goes like for me like anime light novel or light novel anime manga, but the manga is doing its thing right now, but it's not very far. It's only on I think Mayoi Snail, which is like I don't know, a couple chapters in, so it's not that far. But that's my favorite light novel series, favorite anime, Monogatari. That's my stuff. It's hard to explain the central plot without spoiling it, but I'll keep it simple. It's in this world, oddities, apparitions, and all kinds of supernatural things exist: ghosts, time traveling, vampires, yada yada yada. And the main character is just basically on the wrong day of the week, he runs into a very powerful oddity, and they basically become intertwined in a sense and it basically makes him, more than human. And he goes around basically dealing, in a sense, like you could call him a Ghostbuster. That's kind of what they call it. There's no real translation for the word. I can't remember what the word was called when Nishichi was saying it, because a lot of his work is lost in translation when it comes to here, because he can't really translate it. Basically, they're Ghostbusters or oddity slayers, whatever. And he goes around with trying to help all his friends with the various oddities that they are afflicted with, which come from like too much stress or like, a very bad situation that caused you to want to curse somebody. There's so many ways that you can be afflicted by one. Sometimes you're born one. But yeah, it's great, man. It's good. It's not for everybody. I can say it's kind of an acquired taste, but I think Nishichi Ishii's a genius. The only thing he's ever written that I think was kind of bad was Juni Tyson, Zodiac War.
Oh,
I didn't think that was very good. But everything else, Katana Guitar, Izada Goto, Madaka Box, The Death Note, Lost and the Beamer, all of that stuff I love. But yeah, Juni Tyson was not it.
Yeah.
That was not it.
A lot of hype surrounding that, and I was kind of like,
I had the light novel. I read it, then I watched it. I'm like, nah, this is not it. You gotta do better, sir. Go back to Monogatari.
Stop. All right. Well, get out of here, phone. All right. All right, yo, you up, Fervent, you up, Psycho, you up.
All right, I'd recommend Jigo Karaku, and it's a fairly new manga. It's only like 16 chapters in, and Viz just recently picked it up, so I'm just waiting for Viz to get caught up so I can start reading it on Viz. Nice. But it's got a real interesting premise, and like I don't know how to explain what it is, but the main character is basically someone who, you know, in quotation marks, can't die, but every time he does get put into a situation where, you know, death is upon him for some reason, even though he himself, like, he's called Gabimaru the Empty, he himself feels empty and feels he has no reason to live, but every time he gets put into the situation where he might die, his body just immediately reacts and tries to, you know, get out of whatever situation. And then the actual plot of it, I can't really go into it. There's spoilers, and there's like, I don't know, there's too much to explain, but it's basically they travel into they round up a bunch of prisoners that are extremely violent, but extremely powerful too, and they assign each prisoner a samurai to keep as like an attendee or whatnot, and they send them into this mystical land that they just figured out, and it's almost like the equivalent to Pandora's box in Hunter x Hunter, like the outside world in Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
And it's just this weird land of like all these weird different creatures and whatnot. And the goal is to find the elixir of immortality, or like something along those lines. And it only just started, so we really just entered the land. We still really don't know what's going on, but it's got an interesting premise and it seems like it has potential. And I'm happy Viz picked it up so I can properly read it.
I like it so far. What is it, like 17 chapters or something like that?
Yeah, it's only 17 chapters.
It's good. I like it so far. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll check it out. Can you if you can type your suggestions into the chat, you can. If you have access to it, like, you know, just shoot kind of type it in there, so like when people are watching it later, they can just look at the live chat. I'll also have like a list of them made at some point. Like, I'll make a list, put it into the description or on Twitter, like, and then I'll pin that tweet, and then people can just look through that tweet and say, hey, maybe I want to read this stuff. All right, cool. I'll definitely check it out. If Biz is picking it up, and I guess they'll have like digital like releases, then I'll definitely check it out. And that sounds interesting. Okay. The next one that I'm gonna suggest is, all right, so Haikyuu was already suggested, so I don't have to suggest Haikyuu. All right, so that's gone. Okay. Let's see. I've suggested this a bunch of times. Actually, let me suggest this one first. Yeah, before I get to the other one. All right, so this one is called Pink by Kyoko Okazaki. All right, Pink, Kyoko Okazaki. Like, pretty dope. I really liked it, and I'm just gonna read like the sort of premise of it. It's just like the premise, because it's pretty good. Like, it doesn't really spoil much, you know, in terms of like everything that happens or anything like that. But, you know, it's a pretty like mature like manga. I don't know if I would call it a josei manga or not. Maybe I guess I would. But I think it's really good. I really like it. So it just says Yumi moonlights as a call girl because her day job doesn't pay enough for her to feed Croc, her voracious pet. Haru, an aspiring novelist who has nothing to say, sleeps with a woman his mother's age, not just for the money, but to work on his powers of observation. When Yumi's stepmom turns out to be Haru's sugar mommy, it's time for new shenanigans. Published at the zenith of the bubble era, women's comics legend Kyoko Ozaki's representative work captures, like no other graphic novel, the spirit of its times, when a nation lost something for good amidst the prosperity that made her the envy of the world. While the bubble burst, that cynicism and Pink have endured to this day. So I like it. I really liked it when I picked it up. I picked it up a while ago, probably like a month ago or something like that. And I really liked it. It's just different. The art is kind of something. I like the premise. Yeah, it's just a dope premise. Like, when you read it, you're like, yo, I gotta read it. Like, that sounds like so wacky. And it's mature. Like, it's not like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, it's like, you know, like gag manga for like, you know, 10-year-olds or something like that. It's like there's like clearly like a lot of mature content. It's very interesting. You think about certain things. You have to kind of read. You know what I mean. You have to read.
Sorry, I need it.
Right? So it's like, all right, you know, and like it's good. It's good. I really like it. I want to check out more of her stuff. Check it out. It's different. It's dope. It's the kind of thing that like if you're again like right, if you're not looking out for it, if you're that's not stuff that you like read normally, you would never hear about it. You know, so I'm putting it out there. Check it out.
I like the premise. It's just one of those things you just hear the concept, you hear it, and I'm like, this has to be good. So you just kind of get try it out.
Right?
There's certain things like that. All right, I'm gonna go with like something that's like, it's funny. It's funny. I really don't think like a lot of people know about it, but it's funny to me. It's called Oritama. It's like what's it called? What's the English word for it? My balls. It's
it's like a pun on like Kintama, right?
Yeah. Like for me, it was one. I don't remember how I found this, but it was I had a great time reading it just because it was just so ridiculous out the first chapter. So like the premise is literally this. So like demons and angels are battling, blah blah. Angels won, and for whatever reason, I can't remember the exact reason, but the demon leader, like Lucifer, was about to like rise again, and they were fighting. Like an angel and the demon was fighting, and the main character will just happen to be like just peeing in the forest. And the guy used like a sealing technique and tried to seal her into like the tree or something, but she ended up sealing like Lucifer in his ball sack. So he's like a chronic masturbator and stuff too, right? So like if he nuts, he will literally release like Satan upon the world. So it's just like they're trying to like succubi after this dude and all kinds of stuff, and he's just like trying not to. It's so funny. It's not even that long. But I remember reading it and laughing. I'm like, who came up with this? It's so funny. I had a great time. It's one of my favorites, man. It was just funny, just laughing.
I got it. Man, I gotta check that out. That might be a manga that like I just start like. Is there like a volume that I can buy, or is it like scans? Like you have to like look at the scans and try to find out.
I haven't seen. I'll check for you right now, but I haven't seen because if I could buy it, I'll buy it. Right? I'll literally buy it right now. But
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Super funny, man.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere necessarily. I don't see it. Maybe is there an anime for that?
It's a little mature.
Oh, okay. I see. That's funny. That's funny though.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. I'm not seeing it.
Okay, so it's in Japanese and it's all right. That's cool. I'll check it out. It seems like it's pretty short. Like there aren't like many. Like,
it's not long.
Okay. All right, I'll check it out at some point. Nice. That made me laugh. That was good. Oh man. All right, yo, Psycho, you up? What do you got?
All right, I know Naya already brought this up, but I gotta just because of how great it is, gotta bring up that Tower of Goat. Because like Naya, Laz, and Dustin were the ones who basically just watching Laz, Dustin just hype it up so much, and then seeing them talk about the stream that Naya's doing, like the Tower of God stream, just made me. I'm like, okay, I gotta catch up, just and watch these streams. And it's just the best decision I've made in a while. It's such genuinely good series. Like the story building, and it felt like One Piece level at times, and just the main character is actually it's realistic in a sense, even though you could call him like an overpowered character, but the way he acts, the way he assesses situations and deals with situations, it's what someone would actually do. And his I guess almost like his Killua Kun is such a good character. Like just everything he does for him, how much he loves Bomb, and how much he. Well, I don't want to go into like the whole Rachel thing, but it's such a good series. Got to recommend it twice.
Yeah, and he's one of the like that family's named after a lot of Argentinian soccer players. Like his name's Aguero, so
okay.
Sergio Aguero. So like because I'm a soccer guy, so like just that just adds another layer of soccer references everywhere. I love it, because I love soccer. So
nice, that's really cool. I like that. Like it's kind of like that. Like I think one of the reasons why I do like My Hero so much is because like it's very clear that Horikoshi is like he's just and One Piece I think also like that their love for just like pop culture and like just like other stuff like stuff outside of like manga, like they just insert that into their work, and it's just done in a like neat way, and I like that, and it makes you like the work like even more. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, like the One Piece Imu throne kind of had like Game of Thrones vibes and stuff. Like you can, and Oda's like we've known for a while that Oda has been a big Game of Thrones fan.
Gotcha. I didn't think about that. That makes a lot of sense.
But even like you know Don Quixote like that it's I can't remember what the Spanish book's name is right now. I can't.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Isn't it called Don Quixote?
Yeah, it's called
there's
Don Quixote.
that, but like even like Doflamingo too, like something de la something. I can't remember what it was called, but like a lot of no, you're right. Yeah, it was something like Don Quixote de la Mancha, I think is what it's called, something like that. But like it was based off something. Yeah. It came like it wasn't like he has. Those guys have a really good like grasp of so many things from all around the world and stuff too. I think like Araki's like that too for like JoJo because he like you can tell like he loves especially his music references. Whew.
Oh yeah.
That man loves music.
Yeah. All right, cool. So move on to another one. I go on forever. I don't know. Maybe I'll do like a part 1 and part 2 stream. That's what I'm
gonna say. Maybe it's still part 2. I'm gonna do like one more, and then I gotta get ready for our barbecue.
All right, cool. I'm gonna. I gotta pick one that's good. Well, they're all good, but I gotta pick one that's like, read this definitely.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, I know. Okay, 2. I'm gonna pick 2 of them. I'm gonna suggest them real quick. Maybe 3. But I'm not gonna talk about them for too long. Okay, so the first one is Shugama in the chat. Shout out to you for suggesting this to me, A Bride Story. Okay, dope.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, like it's just It starts off kind of like I'm like, oh, I don't know, because you know it's like I guess feudal China, I guess. And it's like, you know, so like they were like, you know, clearly like, you know, when you go back like that many like years and that many like eras and stuff like that, you're gonna see some stuff that's like, I don't know about that. But if you think about it in the historical context, it's like, all right, that is what it is. That's how it was, right? So you have this. So the lead is just dope. Lead is dope. We got a female lead, and already that makes it like great. And she's like she's just a badass. All right, like I try to swear on these streams, but she's a badass. All right, I gotta get back to doing live streams for Bride Story, but just greatness. All right, by Kaoru Mori. She's also written some other stuff that's also pretty good. You should also check that out if you can. And the volumes and the art is just like, the art is like, art is phenomenal. The volume, like the quality is phenomenal. The pages, all that. Like, come on. Check out A Bride Story if you haven't. All right. I think in Japanese it's called Otoyome Gatari. I think it's called. It's like that. But Bride Story, check it out. All right. There are quite a few volumes out in English, like you can buy them. Okay, check them out. The second one is one of my favorite mangaka, Yoshihiro Tatsumi, and read anything by him, really.
Yeah.
Like, you know, anything. I don't. It could even be like, I would say the one I showed you, Abandon the Old in Tokyo. That's a really good one. The Pushman, Goodbye, A Drifting Life which is like just another monstrosity, just this massive like text, but it's super dope because it just follows him. It's him, but it's not him, right? It's like it's autobiographical, but like the character is supposed to be someone else, but clearly it's like, you know, him. And it just follows him throughout his life as a mangaka and like as a child and everything like that. It's pretty good. I liked it a lot. Or then like there's the other sort of side, which is like, you know, Black Blizzard, which is just kind of like this mystery, and it's kind of basic in some ways, but it's kind of like you can tell he's just kind of like figuring some things out as a mangaka when he kind of wrote this, and he's like, okay, here's a story that, you know, I wanted to see if I can make work in a short form. And, you know, it does what it does. It's not like the best like ever or anything like that, but it's okay.
There's something about that classic style that I just love, man. Those classic vintage older manga, man. I love looking at them. I love it.
No, same. And like I remember, like I would say he was like probably one of the first, like when, in terms of like reading that older stuff. And I was like, yo, this was really good. I was like, man, like what have I been missing out on? So it was kind of like, all right, I gotta start like really like seeking this stuff out. Like I gotta like ask questions. Like I gotta talk to people. I gotta be like, yo, what are you reading? What do you suggest? Because if I'm just like, you know, in like an echo chamber and I'm just kind of like reading the same stuff, you get bored. You know, you read the same stuff and you're like, oh, there's no more manga out there for me to read. I've read this story already and I've read that. that trope, a million times or whatever, that narrative. But yeah, Yoshihito Tatsumi, read anything by him, no matter what it is. The last one is a new one that I think it just recently came out. I haven't read it yet, but I've read Princess Jellyfish, and Princess Jellyfish is
so underrated.
Like,
it's so good.
If y'all haven't got on Princess Jellyfish yet, I wanted to react to the first volume live, but I was like, Princess Jellyfish is kind of a manga where it's not reaction. Like, it's not something that I think like you react to, because it doesn't work in the same way as like some other manga in terms of like, oh, this is something that you're looking forward to. You're looking forward to someone's reaction to this thing or that thing. It's just different. But this is written by the mangaka that wrote Princess Jellyfish, Akiko Higashimoto. And like, yo, I haven't read it yet, but I would suggest it because if you like Princess Jellyfish, you'll probably like this. Okay, and I'm gonna start reading it probably sometime tonight. All right, so I already know that I'm gonna like it. I know I'm gonna like it. I have no doubt about it. All right, but read Princess Jellyfish if you haven't yet. All right, because it's really great. It's dope. It's again one of those texts where like you look at it at first and you're like, oh, I don't want people to see that I'm reading this thing, and I'm like, yo, like, want to get over yourself because people aren't focused on you like that. And two, read stuff like even if you feel like people are gonna judge you for reading like stuff. All right, like read the stuff. So Princess Jellyfish is dope. Check that out, and also check out Tokyo Tarariba Girls. All right, check that out too. All right, dope stuff.
I'm gonna try that one because I've only read Princess Jellyfish, so I'll try that one out.
All right, cool. I mean, I haven't read it yet, but the reason I'm suggesting is because Princess Jellyfish is dope and the premise is great. So I'll just read the premise real quick. Rinko has done everything right. She hustled her way through her 20s to make it as a screenwriter, renting her own office in a trendy Tokyo neighborhood. Everything should have gone according to plan. So at 33, she can't help but lament the fact that her career's plateaued. She's still painfully single, and she spends most of her nights drinking with her two best friends in their favorite pub.
That's so real. Right? That's so real.
Yeah. Yo. So one night, drunk and delusional, Rinko swears to get married by the time the Tokyo Olympics roll around in 2020. But finding a man and love may be a cutthroat, dirty job for a romantic at heart. So it's just like I'm looking forward to reading it. That should be dope. I'm shouting it out. So there was also someone, the Manga Critic. She's dope. She's on Twitter. You can follow her. Like, kind of, I guess my name is kind of based on hers. Like the Manga Critic, the Black Manga Critic. So definitely check her out. She's been reviewing manga for like literally like just like years and years. And is always suggesting great stuff. So you should check her out. I kind of heard about it through her, and you can find her on Twitter. Just type in the Manga Critic and you find her. But good stuff. All right. So you want to share one more, Nye, and then Cycle will share, and then we'll be like done.
Oh no, I'm doing what you did. I'm doing 3. I'll do 3. I'll do what you did.
All right. Cool.
I'm gonna start with Gosu. That's another webtoon, Korean webtoon.
Nice.
I actually picked this up pretty recently. I did read like the original like 20 chapters like a while back when it was not that far, and I said I'll come back to it later, and I forgot about it until recently. So then I read it. It's just like funny. First of all, like the action is incredible. It looks really good. The fighting is super dope. It's not very like, it's pretty generic though. Just like, you see like the key and like dangerous and stuff, but like it's cool, man. Like the way they move, the way it flows. I think like I have to look up the author's name right now. I can't remember his concept of gathering momentum but spinning and striking. I find like the way he draws it is perfect. It's so good. I could see the impact with it and how the momentum is giving him more like power and speed and stuff to his attacks. But the premise is like this dude, he's being trained. But like the ultimate like martial arts, I guess. Like I can't really call him the forbidden one, something like that. And he's like, you have to avenge me, kill all these 5 super other like martial arts that like did me dirty. He goes out and like ready to do it. And he's asking for information, like, oh yeah, those guys are all dead. He's like, huh? So like he's like a year later, and now he's like chubby. He's just working at a dumpling shop, and it's like it's just like you're like what? And it's just mad funny, but like. Little things will happen, like, oh, someone will be walking and they'll be like, oh no, this rock's in my way, but he's still like OD strong, so just like and just like destroy the whole mountain. He's like, oh, there you go. I'm like, oh, thank you. What a nice young man. I'm like, you just like destroy the whole mountain with like his fists. Like, and they're so casual about it. They're so used to it. Like he like delivers like dumplings to this one dude in a tower, and he would just like jump up there like, here's your dumplings, and like, oh, I thank you, young man. I'm like, You just leave. So like it's great. Like obviously later on things get a little bit more serious and the comedic stuff start to die down a little bit. And, you know, but yeah, I enjoy Gosu so much. It puts a smile on my face.
Yo, put that in the chat. Gosu.
Yeah, GOSU Gosu. Read an online webtoon because you can read everything there. You can read for free, and it's the official way to read it. It helps them out too. Like it, so read it online. Second one I want to do is I'm about to butcher this. I can't speak German, right? It's like Daiwell Gelder or Begaruda or something like that. I don't know. I can't pronounce it. It's by Hideyoki Samura, by who did Blade of the Immortal.
Oh, okay.
One of his newer ones. How do I explain this without telling you what happened though? Well, it's these three different women, right? So that they all have their different there's different stories that actually kind of have the same, I guess, connected past from this island where some egregious things are happening, and what they're doing is messed up. But it's just cool because like they're so badass. Like all three of them are so raw in their own way. But how they fight, like I always say, like Hideyoki, he's like his specialty is like violence and stuff, and like his action sequences are really good. It's not very far. I think there's only actually 3 volumes out right now. Okay. I had to read the Ross for the last one, and then like a Tumblr translation to know what was happening because I couldn't wait. But you can actually buy them. The first volume is out. I have it. I have to dig through my books. I don't feel like doing that right now. But it's behind my Ranma stuff. But I know the second one comes out. I want to say August 27th. I'll check, but I know it comes out soon. So like check that out. It's really cool. I just love that, like all the 3 female leads are amazing, man. Like the psychedelic Revenger and Nami, she's so cool. Like she's awesome.
Nice.
And then was that 2 or 3? Did I do 2 or did I do 3?
I feel like that was 2. 2. Okay.
So the last one I'm gonna do is I'm the romance one. It's one of my favorite ones personally, which is Sundome. And yeah. Sundome, I can the art style could be a little off-putting. I think it's by design for it to be a little like weird and like you're like, what is this, right? But Kazuto Okada, I like his work, man. It's really cool. It's kind of like this story of like basically this dude is like basically I don't call him a masochist, I guess in a sense he is, but like she kind of just runs the show and whatever sexual exploits they explore. She always is in command, but she will not let him like go all the way ever. And he's kind of like a punk, he's a coward, whatever. And there's something going on with her, like, you know, she's like an enigma, she's mysterious. We don't know what's going on with her. But when you kind of get her side of the story mixed in with what, you know, his side of the story, and it comes together, like the dramatic clash eventually, you know, that's when shit gets real. It gets kind of dark, and then the ending is just like, whoof. I'm not gonna say anything more than that, but definitely check out Sundome. It's amazing.
Nice. All right, let me write that down.
All right, I think that was 3. Yeah.
All right, yo, Psycho, you up?
All right. I'm gonna do 3 quick too, but I'll just rattle them off without going into too much detail. The first one I'd recommend, if you guys are into any horror, is Sweet Home. It's a Korean webtoon. I just got into it. And most horror things don't really scare me. Like I'm always seeking for new horror things that will give me an adrenaline rush that will actually psychologically mess me up. And it's been interesting so far. I think Dritz is the one who recommended it, and I'm only 10 chapters in, but it's been like thrilling the whole time through. And then the next I would say is Bakuno. That was just such a wild ride, and it was a really fun read, but also it went into so many different ideas. It felt like Pulp Fiction with like The Alchemist, with like an American Gangster kind of feeling. There was so many different vibes and different things going on, but it was a really fun read. And then my last would be Akatsuki no Yona. Like it's an old kingdom son. It's such a good manga. Like and I love old art styles too.
Yeah, that's another good one, Yona. I mean, I guess like in English, you talking about Yona of the Dawn, right? Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good one. I gotta get back to that. Like that, man. I like.
So much manga, so little time. Am I right?
Yeah,
I know.
For real. I'd be like, yo, like I love teaching, but I'm also like, yo, like you kids, you're getting away with my manga. You're getting away with my manga. Come on. Like
today's self-study, you just lean back and start reading some manga.
That'd be terrible.
I would do that.
Somebody saw me
that's
do
what I
that.
can't do. I'll do something like that. Play my Switch in class. No, I can't. I couldn't. Like, Mr. Hemmings, you want to play Smash? Like, yeah, I'll be. Run my fade. Like, like 5, can't even jump properly. Oh
man. All right, so I'm gonna end it there because I know I got stuff to do. Everybody else got stuff to do. I know Dustin's gonna be doing a what happened this week stream later on, so I got to make sure that I get into that because that's going to be some heat. There's always going to be some heated discussions when that happens, and other people are watching the My Hero stream. So thank everybody that I just want to thank everybody that came through. Thank shout out to Orphe, Sombra for them coming through and hype you up, and Monster and all these other manga and stuff like that. And was it Rikudo, I think, right? Rikudo, the boxing or it's like sort of martial arts boxing like manga. Shout out to them shouting that out. Of course, shout out to Psycho for coming through. Thank you for some of those great titles that I like. Some of those titles I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but that's the point, right?
You reminded me of Sweet Home. I got to get back on that one.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that. I heard of Cheese Sweet Home, but that's like totally different from what you're talking about. So shout out to Joe. Shout out for that. I got a lot of manga that I got to check out now. Webtoons, I'm always looking for more like webtoons and stuff like that. That's always cool. And of course, shout out to Naya for coming through, man. Yo, these are the type of streams that I love doing because like people really get a chance to sort of see like it's not all about like Weekly Shonen Jump. Like we don't just kind of like we're not just on here like solely reading Weekly Shonen Jump titles and like solely reading like shonen like titles. Like we read like a lot of other stuff too that we like stand for, that we want people to read, that we want to check out, so that when we talk to other people in the community, they could be like, yo, did you see that new chapter? Like, Yona, did you see that new Yona chapter? Did you see that new, did you see that Brian? Did you read that Brian story about? Like, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
It's nice to get to talk about it too, because like these are things I don't get to talk about because I bring it up and people are like, huh? You're like, what? Like, huh?
Like yo. And it's just dope. It's dope. It's dope conversations. I'm gonna set up. I think what I'm gonna do. I think I definitely have to set up the. Very quickly. This is the one. Like if you haven't checked out Piano no Mori, check it out. All right, because I'm gonna be doing a stream soon. For it, and you better check it out. All right, like it is a dope manga. All right, Key already knows what it is. Naya knows what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing a stream for that probably either next Saturday or next Sunday. One of those two days. One of those weekend days. All right, and I'm gonna be doing a stream to talk about it. Some of y'all definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's like one of those manga that you could just read. You could easily read in a week. You could easily read Piano no Mori in a week. No problem.
Oh yeah, Piano no Mori. Right? That was a good one. I still haven't watched the anime. I wanted to give it a try. I haven't watched it yet, but I read it. I liked it. It was good.
So it's like we're gonna have a stream about that. We're gonna talk about it. Again, sure. It's one of those manga that just like you read it and you're like, man, like it's like this is why you read like music manga. When you like if you love music manga, like it's like that's why you read music manga for like because you don't have like it's like music manga that's really good allows it so that you don't even have to hear the music, right? You can't hear the music, but it don't matter because it's dope. It's just dope the way it's portrayed, the way like
some of them are so good at like you just feel what they're feeling, even though you can't hear the music. I would say like Beck is pretty good at that.
Yeah.
So is what's the other one? Ryan April, pretty good.
Yeah. Facts. Oh man, I don't know how I'm not gonna read or watch Your Line April for a while. Because I ended like that like months ago. I finished it and I was like, I can't come back to it for a while. Like I gotta distance because like it just I don't. If you haven't checked it out, I'm not gonna say nothing about it because like all I'm gonna say is I had to distance myself. I needed to like recharge. I needed to go like sit in some sunlight, do some stuff. Yeah, right. That's what I needed to do.
You gotta charge yourself with happiness.
Yeah, you got it. All right. But it's really, really good. It's really, really good. I really loved it. Check that out too. Check out music manga. Check out Dondame, Cantabile. Check out all that stuff. All that good stuff. All right. I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank y'all for coming through. This is dope. I'm gonna do like a part 2 where I suggest some other manga. So if y'all want to come through, I'll let you know when that happens. I'm gonna mark this one as part 1, like part 1 stream. And if y'all want to come through to the part 2 stream, let me know. I went through a pretty good number of manga. I think we went through a lot of manga. We suggested a lot of manga. I think we did a dope thing today. So part 2, I think is gonna be equally dope. Maybe some more people will be in that stream, and they can suggest manga. I'll see if I can get some other people that I know, like people that I've done like streams with in the past, like women that I've done streams with in the past. I would love to suggest manga that like nobody probably knows about, but they're like really knowledgeable on that topic. And I'll see if I can do that. I'll see if I can do that and set that up sometime soon. All right. Thank you all for coming through. I'm the Black Manga Critic, and I'm out.